Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and the inventor of the CTKS method, which reveals smart money buy and sell levels, and the founder of Positive Excellence, the secret to sustainable fulfillment, happiness and meaning, as well as financial success. If you're new, a very warm welcome and welcome back KS family. Last week was Fed week. This week is CPI week. Things could get very volatile again. The probability of a 25 basis point increase at the next FOMC meeting is currently 90.8%. With that said, let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently up 1.32% to 21,986. Ethereum is up 1.02% to 1544. A heads up for Masterclass students, please keep your eye on chart from TM14. You'll notice the big drop off in the market capitalization of the DAI stablecoin. It's important to keep your eyes on these charts each day. Thank you, CC, for your very kind comment in yesterday's video. CC said, amazingly thorough video today, super helpful to get a deep dive on a specific topic. Anxious to see what the CPI does to markets on Tuesday. Thanks, Ken. Thanks, CC. I thought I'd just look into this for our global family. And Masterclass students, you find my live chart in TM4. We can see the CPI has been going up. What is actually occurring at the moment? We see that yields are actually spiking up, and they're spiking up quite a lot. This is an almost anticipatory move on the part of smart money. It's giving the street a feeling that the CPI is going to come in hotter than anticipated. And what do I mean by the yields are spiking up? Masterclass students in LV24, you'll get this chart. We can see that the 2-year, the 20-year, the 5-year, the 30-year and the 10-year have all been spiking up recently. We've also witnessed that the 5-year break-even inflation rate and the 10-year break-even inflation rate have been coming up recently. So we're getting a bit of an indication from the market that the CPI may come in hotter than anticipated. One more thing to potentially consider, the change in the federal funds rate was a concept of 25 basis points, but we're starting to see a 50 basis point probability emerge, and this has been going on for about the past week. What we do each and every day, 7 days a week, is to prepare ourselves for 3 eventualities simultaneously: the market going down, the market staying neutral, or the market going up. And we have strategies for all 3 things simultaneously. We are smart money. We are not retail. And as traders, we love volatility. Volatility is indeed our best friend. A big thank you to Tales from the Man Cave. Wow, Ken, this is from yesterday's episode. What a helpful episode. To all the CTKS family members who are not yet in the Masterclass, this is a glimpse of what the Masterclass feels like. Make sure you talk to any of the ambassadors to get your discount code for 80% off. Thanks so much, Tales. I seek to jam extra special value into the weekend sessions. So what we actually covered on the weekend was support and resistance lines and the difference between CTKS method version 1 and version 2 and how to make it all congeal and work together. One thing that we saw, price was just around here when we did the video, was overcoming a level of resistance. We can see that that's now actually turned to support. There's upward price momentum inside the markets. And this is also important. One thing that you'll find is the markets don't just give one clear signal. They give mixed signals all the time. Each of these signals is just like a little piece of the jigsaw puzzle, and you have to put them all together. And that's what the Masterclass is all about. You just focus on your synchronization score. The more synchronized you are, the more you'll make from the markets, and the less synchronized, the less you'll make. In fact, in the markets, the desynchronized pay the synchronized, so it pays to be synchronized. The reason that we have to prepare for price to go down, to go flat, and to go up is because price is always moving in a wave. In any particular 24-hour period, you may be stuck in any of these particular trends, and that's just normal for price action. A lot of people just assume, well, a lot of people when they get into financial markets, just assume it's either going up or it's going down. If it's going up, it's going to the moon. If it's going down, it's going to zero. It's actually not the case. What you'll find is the price action always bounds between objective dynamic market structure. And I'll talk a little bit more about that as we go through. Bitcoin is currently trading at 21,949. We've seen some interesting behavior under the hood of the engine of the crypto market. Of course, it's the weekend at the moment. And Masterclass students, you get my live chart in TG34. We've seen the longs come in and the shorts come in. The longs were liquidating the shorts and gathering positive price momentum. At the moment, the shorts are whacking the longs, but just a little bit. We're seeing relatively normal liquidation volumes across the market. 30.69 million wrecked in the past 24 hours. Wrecked. And across 15,970 positions. And when we look at total liquidations across the past 24 hours, we can see about 75% short. What about the past 12 hours? Less, 67%. Short. What about the past 4 hours? Ooh, it's gone the other way, 63% long. What about the past hour? Ooh, ay caramba, the longs are getting whacked. And this is what we saw on the charts anyway. You'll find out that you can actually read the charts when you know how all the jigsaw puzzles fit together. And something that's been pretty interesting with Bitcoin recently, we can see fairly light volumes across the weekend. But in the past, we had very, very heavy volumes. It's now starting to normalize. Thank you, TSP, for your very kind comment. TSP said, "That was a brilliant episode. Thank you, Ken. Love the way you reinforce the methodology of CTKS version 2, which I have completed. Kids and the wife are away for a week over kids' half-term holidays. I've got time to myself, and now I will do it a third time, level 1 and level 2. Before I start to mark up the charts, and I mean mark up." Haha. Thank you so much, Ken, for everything you do for us. Thank you, TSP. TSP is talking about level 1 and level 2 certification that is actually inside the masterclass, but that's in the trigger section, which is released 28 days after you join the masterclass. And you can see the masterclass has living videos in it. I'm designing these videos to keep you up to date with what is happening inside the market. Level 1 CTKS Method Standards Certification starts at LV26 and it goes down to LV27. You can see there's a lot involved in actually marking up these charts, but it takes all the guesswork and all the stress out of looking at the market. When you've completed both levels of standard certification, you'll be able to draw up Stanfield levels and Stanfield zones. They're incredibly powerful. They tell a real story about price action, and price action is where it's all at. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is currently trading at 1535. We can see Ethereum has a lot of smart money sell pressure above it from the 1581 level to the 1607 level. It also has smart money buy support from 1475 to 1482. This amount of smart money pressure is suppressing Ethereum's price. You'll see with other cryptos and other asset classes, when you have support below and you don't have this resistance above, you'll see a very, very different picture. Thank you, Daryl, for your very kind words. Thank you for another excellent video, Ken. Every second of this video had value. Now that is an amazing habit you have, creating amazing videos each day. Thank you, Daryl. I'd like to show you the difference when you have a lot of support below but not a lot of resistance above, and we can do that by looking at BNB. Look at BNB, how it's actually exploded out of this now confirmed smart money buy area from 306 to 314, and we can see that BNB is currently trading at nearly 320. We're seeing a lot of positive momentum in BNB's price, and we can see a little bit of positive air there as well. Let's contrast that to XRP. XRP is currently 38.14, and it has a smart money sell area between 39.37 and 4,002. We can see that the price, just like ETH, is getting suppressed down, and it's just a little bit weak because the sellers are quite strong. But good news, there's a smart money buy level between 36.10. Let's have a look at ADA's market structure, and the important thing when you look at an SZ or a Stanfield zone, this is composed of different Stanfield levels. The Stanfield levels are what you're after, but you actually see here on ADA's price, which is currently 371, there's smart money sell level at 377 to 384, and there's one above that as well, and there's one above that. So it could be quite difficult for ADA to get above these. Just, it's not positive air. There's not a lot of clearing here. So that means that even if ADA goes up, it may struggle a bit comparative to something like BNB. You always want to see the differentials in your different asset classes. And we're looking at crypto, but we could just as easily be looking at Forex, looking at gold, looking at the indices. It doesn't matter what you look at. The CTKS method applies to them all. Let's now contrast BNB to, for example, DOGE. We can see that DOGE is currently trading at 841. It has a smart money buy level or support level. This is where price is expected to be caught from 831 to 835. And look at this massive buy area from 760 up to 790. This is really fantastic for DOGE. It's got a lot of structural support. But why isn't it exhibiting the same fashion of price action as BNB is doing? Well, we can answer that question because it's got a lot of resistance, a lot of smart money, sell pressure above it. As traders, we actually understand the significance of these sell areas and these buy areas. It's all about, if you like, a safety net where price can get caught or slow down. If it's selling off traumatically, it will slow down around these areas and seek to reverse itself around buy areas and then ping up and down, just like a pinball. In fact, I call it the pinball effect. And remember, the CTKS method is formed by all of price action, not just recent price action. 99% of retail looks at recent price action, and that creates a lot of problems. Smart money couldn't care less about recent indicative price because it's RIP for their money. Rest in peace. With the inflation numbers coming out this week, it's important to keep an eye on how the markets are actually progressing. We can see the VIX is starting to gather a bit of momentum, but it's not broken out as yet. It's still in the same channel. That channel is weakening, but it's not broken out. We can see the major market indices, for example, the Nasdaq 100, just retracing at the moment. It's still looking fairly positive, but it's getting a little bit weak. We've seen bond prices come down as bond yields have shot up. That's why I showed you that previous chart. And Masterclass students, you get this live chart in TM6. The other thing to note is that the dollar is starting to turn around. I flagged this a little while ago because there's so much structure inside the dollar, objective dynamic market structure to capture this particular area and make it bounce. Whether it's a sustainable bounce or not, we have to keep our eyes on it, but it did in fact bounce, and that was on the probabilities for it to do so. In turn, what did it do to gold? Oh, the dollar, so bad. It actually brought down gold. Gold was struggling around the 1940 mark, briefly got over it, but then came underneath it again. And that's the problem. You must keep your eye on the smart money levels. And what have we seen with oil? Oil is staging a bit of a rebound. It's looking like it's trying to break this short-term channel and to get above it. And we've seen risk-off sentiment come out of the market. Well, basically, risk is out. Risk is down at the current time. And that's being reflected through multiple pieces of the jigsaw puzzle, especially yields, and especially the DXY. There's so many lessons inside the masterclass, exactly 211 to be precise, but that concept is about preparing you for what the market could do, and the market is always changing character. And thank you to Crypto Badger for your kind comment. CTKS methods 1 and 2 are incredible. Method 3 will be without a doubt, be absolutely mind-blowing. Happy Sunday, KS family, and cheers everyone. Thank you so much, my friend. I'm already working on CTKS method version 3. As an inventor, I never stop improving things. The reason that we're looking at the DXY had a lot of smart money buy levels beneath it, and that's therefore why we anticipated it turning around. We're seeing increasing support levels coming into the DXY, and we've been witnessing this in the DXY's behavior. At the moment, at the current time, we're looking for a consistently reliable signal, and we've pretty much found one. The DXY is so far inversely related to the crypto market and the stock market. When the DXY comes up, the markets tend to come down. Not exactly pinging it 100%. Don't worry about certainty, throw that out the window. What you want is probability. You want on average behavior. The concept is the DXY is not out of the woods yet. It still has to clear this particular level at 103.871. It's currently 103.578. A very kind thank you to Oscar. Hi Ken, and this was from yesterday's video. This episode was packed full to the brim with valuable and actionable information. Thanks. Wishing you, Kate, and the whole fam a happy Sunday. Thank you so much, Oscar. One thing that we see with the SPY, the Spider S&P 500 ETF Trust, is we've got increasing support levels below. The SPY is currently 408.04. We're above a smart money buy level at 407.05 to 407.45. And look at this huge area of smart money buy interest from 403.19 up to 405.96. So what we're seeing is the main markets could be very, very well supported. This could mean that the DXY does not make it through that overhead resistance, and we could see the markets push higher. So just bear in mind, there are conflicting signals in the market, and that is always the case. What actually occurs is that things get overextended. If we look at the increase in the yields, they're getting a little overextended. They might be due for a pullback. So just keep these things in mind. We have an absolutely incredible global family, and I'd just like to thank you for watching and for being part of what we do each and every day. It's just beautiful. Let's have a look at gold, and these are the gold futures. They're currently trading at 1876.40. We can see a smart money buy level at 1865.80 to 1868.70. Now, why do we care about these things? We care very much, and I'll show you why. If price was coming up like this and you don't know where the support is, you're just guessing. You would think that when structure breaks certain levels, it's just going to zero. This is the retail mindset. But if you actually know what the structural levels are, you can say if it traumatically sells off, and trauma is related to the percentage angle of the sell-off. This was a traumatic sell-off. It wouldn't be caught by the first level, but it's likely to be caught by the second. This is why we look at these SZs. They help us so incredibly much to figure out where price could reverse. Recent indicative price action can never do that for you because it's absolutely unaware of the true market structure. We can see the gold futures are under a level of support, which is terrific. They've overcome a level of short-term resistance. They're therefore heading up to challenge the 1875.80 to 1880.01 level. And if they get above that, they're going to the 1890 to 1892 levels. Oh, it sounds like we're traveling back in time. If you're finding that you're needing certainty out of the market, you're probably trapped at the moment inside Zone 1 and Zone 2, which are the certainty zones. If you're finding the probability is your bag, that you're happy and comfortable with things being uncomfortable, you're therefore embracing probability through your rules and your knowledge, which is pointing you into Zone 3 and Zone 4. Zone 1 and Zone 2 are where people lose money. Zone 3, they make money. And Zone 4, they keep it. You want to be in Zone 4. Literally, the only way to move from Zone 1 and Zone 2 into Zone 3 and Zone 4 is through positive excellence. Positive excellence is literally a to-be list for your life. To be persistent, to be committed, to be determined, to be humble, to be a learner, to be courageous, to be kind, to be grateful, to be happy. These are the things that actually create the true value in life. Money will make you comfortable, but it will never make you happy. In Zone 1 and Zone 2, people think that to buy a very, very expensive tracksuit, say $5,000, is way better and will make them very happy. Of course, it will give them a buzz for half an hour, and if they can go and post their $5,000 tracksuit pants on Instagram or Twitter or something like that, or put out a YouTube video on it and say, hey, guess what, suckers? I bought a $5,000 tracksuit pants. Well, other Zone 1 and Zone 2 people may get jealous. But I can tell you, Zone 4 people would say, I'd prefer to spend not $5,000 on a tracksuit pants. I'd rather maybe put that money to work, or maybe do some charity and lift other people up and give them hope. There's a lot of ways of looking at money, and wasting it is not something that Zone 4 does. And of course, if you want to go out and buy $5,000 tracksuit pants, absolutely go for it. It's a pretty weird thing, but professional traders and investors don't focus on the money. They focus on their systems. They focus on their habits. They focus on their emotions. They focus on their management. They do not focus on the money. If you're focused on money, you will FOMO. Your fear of missing out and fear, uncertainty, and doubt, it's all fear, will drive you towards losses. That's why when we look at positive excellence, money is actually last. Money is always a byproduct of being a person of value. Having a lot of money doesn't guarantee success in life. It doesn't guarantee happiness. It doesn't guarantee meaning. A lot of people look at Jesse Livermore, the founder of day trading, and at one stage, the richest man in the world. They look at him as a poster child of what to emulate. I look at Jesse Livermore as something to avoid, not to emulate. Jesse's story is absolutely tragic. He did make the money, but in the end, he took his own life. And he took his own life because he didn't feel worthy. And unfortunately, this lack of worth didn't stop with Jesse. It actually was passed down to his two sons that actually committed suicide as well. It's a very, very big tragedy. Our search for meaning should be the first thing that we do. Becoming financially secure and financially abundant is just a byproduct of just doing the right things. A lot of people in this world want to be rich, they want to be worshipped, but there are so many examples of very beautiful people that have left this world, such as Whitney Houston, Robin Williams, Michael Jackson, and there's so many other people that we don't have anymore because they didn't find meaning in their lives. If you think that being rich will make you happy, it doesn't. We've got the proof. We've seen the proof time and time again. And there's maybe some names you haven't considered who actually took their lives, and it's a very serious topic, suicide. If you're finding that life has no meaning, please reach out. There are so many services out there to help you. Vincent van Gogh took his own life. Virginia Woolf did as well, and she's a woman who literally shaped the literary world of the 20th century. Ernest Hemingway also. And the incredible loss of an incredible talent, Robin Williams. Marilyn Monroe Kurt Cobain. The list goes on, and it's a tragic list. It's important to understand that making money is not the be-all and end-all of life. Actually, the be-all is positive excellence. It's a life-changing thing to be a part of. And if you're going through a life pullback at the moment, please know that our global family's love and healing thoughts are with you. You're not alone. You're part of a global family, nearly 16,000 people strong. There's always hope, and the sun will come out again. Just look at your life like this. Look at your life. It has waves. Waves that are good for you and waves that build strength. Waves that are good for you and waves that build strength. You're always gaining strength in this world. A lot of people get really confused on their destiny. They think their destiny is to amass riches, to be the richest person in the world, or the richest person in the family, or the richest something or other. But it's really not. It's all about, your destiny is all about spreading kindness, empathy and care, contribution and sharing, gaining new ways of thinking and gaining new skills. You can literally take the pressure off yourself because you are worthy right this second, right now. If you're breathing, you're worthy. Also, remember in these dark days, the dark days that people go through, the sun will come out again and you're gaining strength. You will hit your life support area, just like price is moving in a wave. Also, your life is moving in a wave as well. When you hit that support, you will start to rally. Things will start to turn around, to align, to all move into place. And yes, you will get setbacks again, but you will have a higher level of support than what you had down here. This is a beautiful way to look at life, and it's the fact of positive excellence, that when you solve your problems through positive excellence, you will have an increasing strength curve, and that's what our community is all about. It's good to think of your life, your personality, is just a collection of positive habits and negative habits. The negative habits will make you sad, they'll make you unhappy, they'll create distance between you and the people that you love, and you and the people that you would like to get to know. And every positive habit does exactly the opposite. It makes you happier. It builds intimacy. And worthiness is a very big part of positive habits. You are worthy in this life because no one has ever been you. If you think about that for a minute, that's pretty astounding. Nobody in this world will ever come to this world with your unique set of experiences, your unique outlook. You are totally unique. There's no reason to compete against anybody else. Just do your best. Bring your best self into every moment. And remember, every positive habit makes you. And we know better habits create a better life, and a better mind creates better outcomes, and all results come from the mind. If you're not getting what you want in life, you simply have to change your mind. How do you change your mind? You change your habits. It's that simple. There's a very clear path out of darkness, and it starts and ends with positive excellence. The CTKS Creed is all about daily positive affirmations for abundance, financial success, and happiness. And you can see, financial success will not take you down the path that you really want to go. It's important. Absolutely, it's important. But happiness is more important. And you can have that today, right now. Instead of saying, I can't do it, the world is against me, we start to say different things, such as, I know the universe is designed to make me succeed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities in life reset daily. I am worthy. I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with BORSOG. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated, I am committed. I win or learn and never blame. I always solve my problems with positive excellence. If you go through the CTKS Creed each and every day, if any time you're feeling down or feeling a little bit beaten by the world, know that you're only gathering strength for the next life rally. I'm very grateful and appreciative that we could spend this time together, and I look forward to catching up with you tomorrow. Take care, my friends, and have a great one ahead. Bye for now.